Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high and let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied.
Welcome back to the Bilingual Health and Wealth Academy. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into Habitual Triumphs, Small Steps to Life-Changing Success.
Okay.
It's a book by Shu Chen Hou. I'll make sure I'm pronouncing that as Ho.
You got it.
The founder of Coco Shingsan Ltd.
That's right.
Are you ready to unlock some serious wisdom?
Let's do it. This book is absolutely packed with insights on how to build a life of success and fulfillment. And I think our listeners are really going to find it incredibly valuable.
The title itself, Habitual Triumphs.
Yeah.
It kind of suggests that it's not about some overnight transformation, but about these consistent everyday actions.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Absolutely. One of the core ideas in this book is that lasting change doesn't come from grand gestures or extreme makeovers. It's about the small, almost invisible steps that we take each day.
Okay.
The book really dives into the power of habits and how understanding the science behind them can be the key to unlocking real lasting change.
Okay. I'm hooked.
Good.
Tell me more about this science of habits thing. Is it all about willpower? Because if so, I'm doomed.
Well, it's actually much more nuanced than just willpower. The book breaks down this concept called the habit loop, which is a 3-step cycle that governs our habitual behaviors. Okay. So first there's a cue or a trigger, something that sets the habit in motion. Then there's the routine, the actual behavior itself, and finally there's the reward, the payoff that reinforces the habit and makes us want to do it again.
So it's kind of like a feedback loop.
Right.
We do something, we get a reward, and then that makes us want to do it again and again, even if it's not really serving us in the long run.
Exactly. But the good news is that once you understand the cycle, you can actually start to change your habits by tweaking those different elements.
Oh, okay.
So the book provides some really practical strategies for identifying your habit cues, consciously changing your routines, and even shifting your rewards to align with your goals.
So instead of fighting our habits, we can actually hack the system.
I like that. That's a good way to put it.
Now, one of the things that caught my eye in the book was the emphasis on morning routines.
Yes.
I have to confess, I'm a little bit of a night owl.
Okay.
So the idea of a structured morning routine kind of makes me want to crawl back under the covers.
Yeah.
But I'm willing to be convinced. What's the big deal about how you start your day?
What's fascinating how much impact a well-crafted morning routine can have. And it's not just about getting things done, crossing things off your to-do list.
Right.
It's really about setting the tone for your entire day.
Okay.
When you start your day with intention, you create this ripple effect that influences your productivity, your energy levels, even your mood.
So, okay, I'm listening. But what does a well-crafted morning routine actually look like?
Right.
Is it just about making the bed and chugging a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Or does it get a little more mystical?
Well, the book doesn't shy away from incorporating practices like mindfulness and meditation into your morning routine.
Okay, I knew it. I'm all for a little bit of Zen, but I'm also a busy person, and the idea of adding meditation to my already chaotic morning feels a little daunting.
I hear you, and the book acknowledges that time is a precious commodity. It's not about adding hours to your morning, but about being intentional with the time that you have.
Okay.
Even just 5 or 10 minutes of mindfulness practice can have a profound impact on your mental clarity, your focus, and your ability to manage stress throughout the day.
So it's not about turning into a meditation guru overnight. It's about incorporating those little pockets of mindfulness into your existing routine.
Exactly. And the book also highlights the importance of personalizing your morning routine to fit your own needs and preferences.
Right.
It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
Right.
What works for one person might not work for another.
That makes sense. We're all unique individuals with different rhythms and preferences. Now, the book doesn't stop at morning routines.
No, it doesn't.
It also delves into the importance of exercise, healthy eating, and this whole idea of holistic well-being. How do all those pieces fit into the puzzle of building habitual triumphs?
Well, it's all interconnected. The book emphasizes that our physical, mental, and emotional well-being are inextricably linked.
Okay.
When you prioritize one area, it positively impacts the others.
So it's like a virtuous cycle.
Right.
Taking care of your body fuels your mind, and vice versa.
Exactly. For example, the book explains how regular exercise not only benefits your physical health, but it also boosts your mood, it sharpens your cognitive function, and it can even enhance your creativity.
Wow.
And when it comes to food, it's not about restrictive diets, but about nourishing your body with whole, nutritious foods that provide sustained energy and support your overall well-being.
This is starting to sound less like a self-help book and more like a blueprint for living your best life.
I love that. That's a great way to put it.
And speaking of living your best life, the book also dives into the importance of mindset.
Yes.
Specifically, it talks about developing a growth mindset. Yeah. Is that just a buzzword, or is there real substance to this concept?
It's actually a pretty powerful concept. The book explains that a growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and your intelligence are not fixed, but can be developed through effort learning and persistence.
Okay.
It's about embracing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than seeing them as threats or setbacks.
So it's about seeing yourself as a work in progress.
Right.
Always learning, always growing.
Precisely. And the book contrasts this with a fixed mindset, which is the belief that your talents and abilities are innate and unchangeable.
Okay.
People with a fixed mindset tend to avoid challenges, give up easily, and see setbacks as evidence of their limitations.
That's a really interesting distinction. It makes me wonder, can you actually change your mindset? Is it something you're born with, or can you cultivate a growth mindset over time?
That's a great question. The book argues that while some people might be naturally predisposed to one mindset or the other, it's definitely something that you can cultivate and develop through conscious effort and practice. It's about becoming aware of your self-talk, challenging those negative thoughts and beliefs, and actively seeking out opportunities for learning and growth.
So it's about rewiring those automatic responses and replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones. That's a really powerful idea. Now, one thing that really struck me about the book is that it doesn't just focus on these practical tips and strategies.
Right.
It also delves into some deeper philosophical questions about the meaning of life purpose and what it truly means to be successful.
Yes, and this is what sets Habitual Triumphs apart from many other self-help books.
Okay.
It doesn't just tell you what to do. It invites you to reflect on your values, your aspirations, and what you ultimately want your life to stand for.
It's like it's guiding you on a journey of self-discovery.
Yeah.
Helping you define success on your own terms rather than imparting a one-size-fits-all definition.
I love that.
Exactly. It's about empowering you to create a life that feels authentic and meaningful to you.
Okay.
A life that reflects your unique values and aspirations.
Oh.
This is fantastic.
Quite.
I feel like we've only just scratched the surface of Habitual Triumphs.
Yeah.
There's so much more to unpack.
Yeah.
What other insights await us in this treasure trove of wisdom?
One of the most surprising things I found in Habitual Triumphs was the emphasis on relationships.
Oh, really?
It's not just about personal growth, it's about connecting with others in a meaningful way.
That's interesting. I usually associate self-help books with, focusing on yourself.
Yeah.
How does building strong relationships fit into the bigger picture of achieving those habitual triumphs?
The book makes a compelling case that strong relationships are absolutely essential for both success and happiness.
Okay.
They provide support, encouragement, diverse perspectives, all these things that are so crucial for navigating the ups and downs of life and reaching your full potential.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection.
Yeah.
But strong relationships don't just magically appear, right?
Right.
What are some of the key insights from the book on building and nurturing those connections?
Communication is at the heart of it all. The book breaks down communication into several key elements. And the first one is active listening. It's not just about hearing the words, but it's about truly understanding the other person's perspective, their emotions, their underlying needs.
That makes so much sense. I know when someone really listens to me without judgment or interruption,
Right.
it makes me feel seen and valued.
Yeah.
What are some of the other communication gems from the book?
Well, it also highlights the importance of clarity and empathy.
Okay.
Clarity is about expressing yourself in a way that's easily understood, avoiding ambiguity or mixed messages. And empathy, well, that's about putting yourself in the other person's shoes, trying to see the world from their perspective, even if you don't necessarily agree with them.
Empathy. I'll admit it's not always my strong suit,
It's a practice.
but I can see how it would be essential for building trust and rapport,
Right.
which are really the foundation of any strong relationship.
Absolutely. The book even provides some practical tips for cultivating empathy.
Oh, really?
Like paying attention to not just the words people say, but also their body language and tone of voice. It's about becoming an emotional detective.
I like that.
Tuning into those subtle cues that reveal what's really going on beneath the surface.
I love that analogy. So we've got active listening, clarity, empathy. What else does the book say about building those rock-solid relationships?
Well, it also delves into the art of conflict resolution.
Oh, boy.
Let's face it, disagreements are inevitable, even in the best of relationships.
Right.
But it's how we handle those conflicts that determines whether they tear us apart or bring us closer together.
Okay, so how do we avoid those relationship-ending blow-ups? Does the book have any advice for navigating those choppy waters?
It does. It emphasizes the importance of staying calm and avoiding emotional reactivity.
Okay.
When we react in the heat of the moment, we often say things that we regret and escalate the situation.
Right.
So the first step is to take a breath, gather your thoughts, and respond thoughtfully rather than reactively.
That's easier said than done, especially when you feel like you're being attacked or misunderstood.
I hear you. And the book acknowledges that it takes practice to master those emotional regulation skills.
Right.
Another helpful tip is to use I statements instead of blaming or accusing the other person.
Okay.
So instead of saying, you always do this, you might say, I feel hurt when this happens.
It's about taking ownership of your own feelings and experiences.
Right.
Rather than pointing fingers. I like that. What other conflict resolution wisdom does the book offer?
It stresses the importance of active problem solving.
Okay.
It's about working together to find a solution that addresses both of your needs and concerns rather than getting stuck in a cycle of blame and defensiveness.
It's about collaboration, not combat. Love that framing. Now let's shift gears for a moment and talk about time management.
Okay.
Because let's be real, we're all busy people juggling multiple priorities.
Wow.
How does Habitual Triumphs approach this universal struggle?
Well, it starts by reframing our understanding of time management. It's not about cramming more into your already packed schedule.
Right.
It's about being intentional with how you spend your time and making sure that your actions are aligned with your goals and values.
So it's not about doing more, it's about doing the right things.
Exactly. And that's where prioritization comes in.
Okay.
The book encourages us to distinguish between urgent tasks and important tasks.
Okay.
Urgent tasks demand immediate attention, but they might not actually contribute to your long-term goals.
Right.
Important tasks, on the other hand, might not have a screaming deadline, but they are crucial for your overall success and well-being.
That's a great distinction. I'm definitely guilty of getting caught up in the whirlwind of urgent tasks and neglecting the things that truly matter. Does the book offer any strategies for becoming a master prioritizer?
It does. It suggests using a system like the Eisenhower matrix,
Okay.
which helps you categorize tasks into 4 quadrants based on their urgency and importance. The goal is to focus your energy on the tasks that are both important and urgent. Okay.
As well as those that are important but not urgent.
Right.
Because those are the ones that will move the needle on your long-term goals.
That sounds like a game changer. I'm adding that to my list of things to try. What other time management tips resonated with you from the book?
Learning to say no was a big one.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds so simple, yet it can be incredibly difficult in practice.
It is.
But the book makes a compelling argument that saying no is not selfish or rude.
Right.
It's about setting healthy boundaries and protecting your time and energy so that you can show up fully for the things that matter most.
I can definitely relate to that. I'm a recovering people pleaser, so saying no still feels a bit awkward sometimes.
Yeah.
But I love the way the book reframes it as an act of self-care and a way of honoring your own priorities.
Absolutely. Now, shifting gears again, let's talk about learning.
Okay.
I was really intrigued by the book's emphasis on developing a growth-oriented learning habit. It's not just about formal education.
It's about cultivating this lifelong love of learning in all areas of life.
I love that. It's about being a student of life.
Yes,
Always curious, always seeking out new knowledge and experiences.
exactly. And the book reminds us that this kind of learning doesn't have to be formal or structured.
Okay.
It can be as simple as reading a book, listening to a podcast,
Right.
having a conversation with someone who has a different perspective,
Uh-huh.
or even just observing the world around us with curiosity and a thirst for understanding.
So it's about making learning a part of our daily lives.
Right.
Weaving it into the fabric of our routines and habits.
Right.
But how do we actually do that? Where do we even start?
The book suggests setting clear learning goals.
Okay.
What specific skills or knowledge do you want to acquire?
Mm-hmm.
What areas are you curious about?
Right.
Once you have a clear vision of what you want to learn,
Okay.
you can start to create a plan for how you'll achieve those goals.
So it's about being intentional with our learning rather than just passively consuming information.
Exactly. And the book also emphasizes the importance of diversifying our learning sources.
Okay.
Don't limit yourself to just one format or medium.
Right.
Explore books, courses, podcasts, mentors, workshops, conferences, documentaries.
Wow.
Anything that sparks your interest and helps you expand your knowledge and skills.
I love that. It's about creating this rich tapestry of learning experiences that nourishes our minds and keeps us engaged and growing. Now, one thing I've personally struggled with for years, and I know I'm not alone in this, is procrastination.
Oh, yeah.
That sneaky little voice that tells me to put things off until later.
Right.
Even when I know it's not serving me. Does Dr. Ho offer any wisdom on taming this procrastination beast?
She does. In fact, there's a whole chapter in Habitual Triumphs dedicated to overcoming procrastination and building self-discipline.
Okay.
And it starts by acknowledging that procrastination is a complex issue with a variety of underlying causes.
Right.
It could be fear of failure, perfectionism, lack of motivation, poor time management skills, or even just feeling overwhelmed by the task at hand.
So step one is to identify the root cause of your procrastination.
Yeah,
What's the real culprit behind those delays and distractions?
exactly. Once you understand the why behind your procrastination,
Yeah.
you can start to implement strategies to address it.
Okay, so what are some of those strategies? Give us the inside scoop.
One of the simplest but most effective strategies is to just start.
Oh, okay.
Nike had it right with just do it.
Right.
Sometimes the hardest part is taking that first step, overcoming that initial inertia.
I can definitely relate to that. Sometimes I spend more time agonizing over a task than it would actually take to just do it.
I know what you mean.
Right.
The book also suggests breaking down large tasks into smaller, more manageable chunks.
Okay.
This can make the task feel less daunting and reduce that feeling of overwhelm that often leads to procrastination.
So it's about having a clear vision of what needs to be done.
Right.
And then breaking it down into bite-sized pieces.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
don't underestimate the power of setting deadlines, even if they're self-imposed. Deadlines create a sense of urgency and accountability
Okay.
that can help you stay motivated and avoid procrastination.
That makes sense. Sometimes we need that external pressure to kick us into gear. What other procrastination-busting wisdom does Dr. Ho offer?
She emphasizes the importance of identifying and minimizing distractions.
Okay.
Whether it's your phone, social media, email, or that pile of laundry calling your name.
Right.
Distractions are the enemy of productivity.
Yeah.
Create a work environment that is as distraction-free as possible.
So, okay.
And use tools like website blockers or noise-canceling headphones to help you stay focused.
So it's about setting yourself up for success by creating an environment that supports your goals.
Yes,
And minimizes temptations.
precisely. And finally, the book highlights the importance of building self-discipline.
Okay.
This isn't about being harsh or restrictive.
Right.
It's about developing the ability to make choices that align with your long-term goals. Even when those choices aren't always easy or enjoyable in the moment.
It's about delaying gratification, being able to resist those immediate temptations
Right.
in the pursuit of something bigger and better down the road.
Exactly. It's about cultivating that inner strength and resilience
Right.
that allows you to stay focused on your goals.
Okay.
Even when faced with distractions, setbacks, or just plain old laziness.
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm already feeling more empowered to tackle my procrastination demons.
Yeah.
What other life-changing insights are hidden within the pages of Habitual Triumphs?
You know, as we delve deeper into Habitual Triumphs, one chapter that really resonated with me was about the power of gratitude.
Oh, yeah.
It's a concept we often hear about, but the book really connects it to success in a profound way.
I can see how gratitude can boost your mood and overall well-being. But how does it translate into achieving those ambitious goals
Right.
and building those habitual triumphs?
It's fascinating. The book explains how practicing gratitude can actually shift your perspective from one of scarcity to one of abundance.
Okay.
When you focus on what you're grateful for, you start to see the world as a place full of possibilities instead of limitations.
So it's like a mental shift.
Yeah.
A way of rewiring your brain to see the good and appreciate what you have,
Right.
which then opens you up to new opportunities.
Exactly. And it also helps build resilience.
Okay.
When you're feeling grateful, setbacks and challenges don't hit quite as hard.
Yeah.
You're able to keep things in perspective and maintain a more positive outlook.
Gratitude as a superpower for navigating life's ups and downs.
I like that.
I love that. But let's be real, it's not always easy to feel grateful.
Right.
Especially when things aren't going our way.
Sure.
How do you actually cultivate gratitude?
Yeah.
Does the book offer any practical tips?
It does. One simple but powerful practice is keeping a gratitude journal.
Okay.
Spend just a few minutes each day writing down things you're thankful for. They can be big or small,
Right.
from the roof over your head to a delicious cup of coffee.
Sure.
Another suggestion is expressing your gratitude to others. Whether it's a heartfelt thank you to a friend or a kind gesture towards a stranger.
Right.
Acknowledging the good in others can boost your own feelings of gratitude.
Those are great ideas.
Yeah.
Simple actions that can have a ripple effect on our outlook and well-being.
Right.
Now, another obstacle that often stands in the way of success is fear.
Yeah.
We've all experienced it, that feeling of doubt, anxiety, or even paralysis that can prevent us from taking risks and pursuing our dreams.
It's true.
Does Dr. Hou address this universal human experience in Habitual Triumphs?
Absolutely. There's a really insightful chapter dedicated to overcoming fear and building confidence.
Okay.
And the book starts by acknowledging that fear is a natural human emotion, a primal instinct that's wired into our brains for survival.
Right.
But the key is to not let fear control us.
Easier said than done, right?
It is.
But how do we actually do that? How do we go from feeling paralyzed by fear to feeling empowered to take action?
The book emphasizes the importance of awareness.
Okay.
What are you afraid of? What specific fears are holding you back? Once you identify your fears, you can start to challenge them.
Okay.
And develop strategies for overcoming them.
So name your fears and then face them head on.
In a way, yes. But the book also suggests a gentler approach,
Okay.
reframing your perspective on fear.
Okay.
Instead of seeing fear as an enemy, view it as a signal that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone,
Okay.
stretching yourself and growing.
That's an interesting way to look at it.
Yeah.
Instead of running from fear, you embrace it as a sign that you're on the right track, pushing yourself to new heights.
Exactly. And the book also emphasizes the importance of self-compassion.
Okay.
Be kind to yourself when you're feeling afraid. Don't beat yourself up or judge yourself. Fear is a natural part of the human experience.
Right.
And it's okay to feel it.
So acknowledge the fear, be kind to yourself.
Yes.
And reframe it as a sign of growth.
Exactly.
Are there any other tools in the book's arsenal for conquering fear?
Visualization is a powerful technique that the book explores. Okay.
Vividly imagining yourself succeeding, overcoming the obstacle, or achieving your goal can actually train your mind to believe that it's possible.
Okay.
And the more you believe it's possible, the less fear you'll experience.
So it's like creating a mental movie of success.
Right.
Imprinting that image of triumph in your mind.
Yeah.
Which then helps to override the fear.
Exactly. And the book also recommends setting small, achievable goals.
Okay.
As a way of building momentum and confidence.
Right.
Each small win chips away at the fear and reinforces your belief in your ability to achieve bigger and bolder things.
That makes sense. Small steps lead to big wins. And speaking of wins, the book also talks about the power of giving back,
Yes.
contributing to something larger than yourself.
Yes, and it's a concept that's often overlooked in discussions about personal success.
I agree. Most self-help books focus on achieving your own goals and dreams. How does giving back to others fit into this equation? Habitual Triumphs makes a compelling argument that giving back isn't just a nice thing to do, it's essential for a truly fulfilling life.
Okay.
When you shift your focus from yourself to others, you experience this sense of purpose and connection that goes beyond personal achievements.
So it's about expanding your definition of success to include making a positive impact on the world around you.
Exactly. And the book explains how giving back can actually reduce stress and increase happiness.
Really.
When you focus on helping others, your own problems and worries tend to fade into the background.
It's like a shift in perspective.
Yeah.
A reminder that there's a bigger world out there and our actions can make a difference.
And it creates this ripple effect of positivity.
Yeah.
When you help one person, it often inspires others to do the same,
Right.
creating a chain reaction of kindness and generosity.
I love that. It's about creating a legacy that extends far beyond our own individual accomplishments. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Habitual Triumphs, what are some key takeaways that our listeners can apply to their own lives?
Well, first and foremost, remember that success is a journey, not a destination.
Okay.
It's about those small, consistent steps, those habitual triumphs that we've been discussing.
No magic bullets, just consistent effort in the right direction.
Exactly. And your mindset is everything.
Yeah.
Believe in your ability to learn, grow, and overcome challenges. Cultivate that growth mindset, and don't be afraid to step outside of your comfort zone.
It's about seeing setbacks as opportunities for growth, not reasons to give up.
Exactly. And finally, remember that success is not just about achieving your goals. It's about living a fulfilling life that aligns with your values.
Okay.
It's about nurturing your relationships, taking care of your well-being, and giving back to others.
It's about creating a life that's not just successful,
Right.
but also meaningful, joyful, and impactful.
Huh.
What a powerful message.
And on that note, I want to remind our listeners that they can find more resources from Shu Chen Hou, including ebooks, music, and podcasts at kokushengsan.net.
Fantastic. We've only scratched the surface of Habitual Triumphs today, but I hope our deep dive has sparked some ideas and inspired you to embark on your own journey of building those habitual triumphs. And remember, it's those small, consistent actions day after day that ultimately lead to extraordinary results. So what one small step can you take today to move closer to your goals and create the life you truly desire? I can't wait to see what you accomplish.
Rise up, feel the fire in your chest. Chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise. In the darkest night, stars still light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force, don't you ever give up. Take a stand, make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on, like a diamond in the sky. Reach high and let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. Shine on, you were born to light up the night. In the depths of the night, when shadows try to dim your glow, remember you're a beacon, a guiding light. The stars echo, hold on to hope, let it fuel your burning desire. For in every challenge lies the spark of a brighter fire. So when the journey gets tough and the road seems long, just close your eyes, hear the chorus and carry on strong. With each step, with each breath, let your brilliance ignite. For you, my friend, were meant to shine on through the night. Rise up, feel the fire in your chest, chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise in the darkest night. Stars still light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force. Don't you ever give up, take a stand. Make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on, like a diamond in the sky. Reach high, let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. Shine on, you were born to light up the night. Rise up, feel the fire in your chest, chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise in the darkest night. Stars still light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force. Don't you ever give up, take a stand. Make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on, like a diamond in the sky. Reach high, let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. You were born to light up the night. Rise up, feel the fire in your chest, chase dreams, put your doubts to the test. Raise your voice, let your spirit be free. No fear, no limits, just believe. Every stumble, every fall, just a chance to rise in the darkest night. Stars to light up the skies. You're a fighter, you're a force. Don't you ever give up, take a stand. Make a mark, show the world your true love. Shine on like a diamond in the sky. Reach high, let your spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. You were born to light up the night. Shine on, you were born to light up the night. Shine on, like the spirit fly. Together we'll rise, we won't be denied. Shine on you, you were born to light up the night. In the depths of the night, when shadows try to dim your glow, remember you're a beacon, a guiding light, as stars echo. Hold on to hope, let it fuel your burning desire. For in every challenge lies the spark of a brighter fire. So when the journey gets tough and the road seems long, just close your eyes, hear the chorus and carry on strong. With each step, with each breath, let your brilliance ignite. For you, my friend, were meant to shine on through the night.